People, if you watched yesterday's video on Amanitore, you already know that she has been 100% fixed and now everything is working as we thought. My first testing round with Amani with YSS and Amani with Theodora still stands and you can watch it later if you haven't yet. But the thing we are very interested about is Amanitore and Artemisia. This is the new star pairing in the Rise of Kingdoms metagame. This video will contain a lot of surprises for you, things that you do not expect coming. I suggest to make some popcorns and enjoy the show. If you enjoy a Rise of Kingdoms analysis video, consider supporting the channel by leaving a like and subscribing. It's 100% free and you can always change your mind later. Let's go! Hello there and welcome back to Wick Gaming and our third chapter dedicated to the new archer commander, Amanitore. As you probably know, I very rarely compete in the Mightiest Governor event to get sculptures to max a commander, but I was really confident about the synergy of Amanitore with Artemisia and I wanted to trust my feelings. Even though she was bugged for the first week, after I published my video you guys spammed Lilith with the link and I got her fixed up within days. That's a great result that I could have not possibly achieved without you guys, so thanks a lot for your help. Anyway, yesterday we have seen how things have changed and how powerful the synergy of Amanitore with Artemisia could possibly be, at least on paper. One of the things I really wanted to test out is how this pair was going to perform now against Attila Takeda and Attila Chandra. With the bug, everyone was convinced that Attila was the way to go against this combo. Without any shadow of doubt, Attila is still strong against archers, very strong, but Amanitore paired with Artemisia had zero chances of activating her fourth skill, because neither Attila Takeda or Attila Chandra dealt any kind of skill damage to her. And the self-damage of Artemisia was not triggering the AoE at the time. That's why the first thing we tried this time was Amani and Artemisia against Attila, Takeda and Chandragupta. Just to be clear, this video is a full focus on this archer pair, both in Garrison and Open Field. If you wish to know how Amanitore performs with other Garrison commanders, please check my first testing video, card up on the top. A couple things first, as usual. Number one, this time we rallied a 1 million building in order not to have a super long battle that in a non-reinforced scenario could exasperate the power loss difference for the losing side. Sure, when one side is losing, inevitably it will drop more power compared to a scenario where both the sides are reinforced and stay full. If you want to have an idea of which side will actually get more power loss in a KVK, of course without considering scenarios like double rallies or swarmings, just take a look at the amount of DPS. I remember DPS stands for damage per second. I will slow down the fight for you and zoom in. I mean, it's kinda obvious who is winning here. Not convinced? Take a look at the battle log. In the first 12 turns, Attila and Chandra inflicted a total of 143,423 damage to the garrison, while Amanitore and Artemisia inflicted a grand total of 245,240 damage to the rally. I mean, we are talking about 71% more DPS in favor of Amanitore, and from there it's a snowball, of course. So even if we cancel the rally at the very beginning, Attila will still lose by a lot in the power game. Second, we are not here to talk about power losses. At the end, every KVK is a story on its own, with equipments, technology, support skills if you are in the Season of Conquest. Of course, you are in the Season of Conquest with these commanders, but anyway. And people reinforcing with wrong troops, sloppy reinforcements, swarms, counter rallies. I mean, anything can happen. We are here to provide a sort of neutral view, so to say, of what the reality can potentially be. In this round of testings, we have no equipment. Zero. Same buffs on both sides, same VIP levels, no city skins, just a 10% defense token on both sides, the rally and the garrison. The environment is as controlled as we can. Of course, Saladin could not change civilization for every type of rally he was launching, but I mean, I think you can concede us this little detail. Tomorrow we will also test with full equipments like we have done in our first round of testings, because things might actually be slightly different for a couple combos, especially Xiang Yu. I will make sure to post all the other reports on my Discord in the graphics section, so don't miss that and make sure to join our Discord using the link in the description down below. We are on our way to 20,000 Discord members. What are you waiting for? Join up! Okay, I said everything I had to say. Many of you already know that we always try to do our best in the testings and to balance things out. But for the new viewers, it's important to specify all the little details. Back to the testing. Attila and Chandra lost really badly, as you can see. No chance against Amani and Artemisia. And this is a very different scenario compared to what I have seen before the bug was corrected. In the same no equipment scenario, Attila and Takeda still did not win, but left Amani and Artemisia with around 10 to 15% health, and the power loss was actually in favor of the rally, not in favor of the garrison. Rally number 2, Attila and Takeda. It left the garrison with more health, 42.6%, but inflicted more damage, thanks also to Takeda's tankiness and his skill damage protection. And again, this is very different compared to before. Prior to the fix, Attila and Chandra was working better than Attila and Takeda, but now Takeda can withstand more the so strong skill damage, while Chandra has no such ability. Rally number 3, and here you will get surprised. Xiang Yu and Chandragupta. This honestly left me with my mouth open. We will test again with Arabia tomorrow on the rally side and with a full equipment on both sides, but before the fix, Amani was not winning at all. I mean, she was left here with 30% health and also won the power loss trade. That's absolutely nuts. Because of this result, we tried all the other possible good variants with Xiang Yu, starting from Xiang Yu and William in our rally number 4. Worst result, consider that Xiang Yu and William also gets swarm in KVK, so please don't try that at home. Still, this left me very surprised. Number 5, Slaudi had then the idea to test Xiang Yu and Saladin, because he thought this combo could counter better the new possibilities of Amani and Artemisia, thanks also to Saladin's skill damage resistance. And sure enough, he's usually right. Xiang Yu and Saladin had probably the best result of this round of testing. The garrison was left with 22% health remaining, and the power loss was also very close. Number 6, just not to leave anything out, we tested the same combo but with Saladin as a primary commander, but it performed pretty poorly, so yeah, that was not a good idea. After this very weird blow with the cavalry, it's time to take a look at how the infantry performs now. It's time for the rally number 7 with Pakal and Harald Sigurdsson. More or less same result as the other round of testing, not much has changed in this sector. I mean, infantry will never work against Amani, that's for sure. Rally number 8, Amani and Artemisia against Guan Yu and Leonidas. Probably the worst result of it all, with almost 50% of the garrison left alive and double the power loss for the rallying side. Yeah, Guan Yu and Leonidas just cannot even make a dent in Amani's defense. Number 9 and final one, Ramses and Nebu. Surprisingly good performance, thanks to Ramses' skill damage resistance and Nebu's great rally technology. The garrison was left with 28% health and the power loss is also quite decent. I know you guys are waiting for some testings with Gilgamesh. He will have his own dedicated video. Not many players have invested in this commander yet in my kingdom, so I'm still trying to organize a fair testing round for him. Now we need to speak about the open field. You know and I know that I don't really like 1 versus 1 testings, for different reasons that I have explained many times on this channel, but it's also true that they give you a hint of which type of marches can a certain combo counter and which other not. So you can better balance your murder ball in KVK or Ark of Osiris. That's why we tested Amani and Artemisia against some of the most used field combos in the game that could actually compete with them. Guan Yu and Leonidas, Attila and Takeda, Nebu and YSG, Xiang Yu and William, Guan Yu and Alex. If you want to check more open field fights with Amani and different commanders other than Artemisia, again I invite you to check out the first testing round. Everything has been performed in the same exact conditions. 330,000 troops, no equipment, no city skins, etc. I don't want to repeat myself. As we already knew, Amani is probably the best counter to Guan Yu, who is always a big threat in the open field. I mean, a good Guan Yu and Leonidas almost never lose the trades. But with Amani's immunity to silence and the great deal of DPS that this combo provides, Guan Yu and Leo lose soundly and also get beaten on the power loss side. Great result in my opinion. I bet we will see a lot of Amani and Artemisia on the field, trying to counter all the Guans. Then we have Attila and Takeda, against which Amani barely won, but of course lost on the severely wounded count. You also have to consider that this was much worse before they fixed the bug. There was not a single time where Amani was winning on the open field as last standing march against Attila and Takeda. Really, not a single time. Also on the open field part, things have apparently changed. Nebu and YSG. Before the fix, they were always winning against Amanitore. Slowdy said the same thing. And yet here we are. The only thing to consider is that Slowdy does not have Ottomans and JYJY does have Ottomans and a special unit. Probably this can put them on the same page. I believe Amani will still win, but the severely wounded difference will be minimal, and anyway, in general, Nebu and YSG have a better AoE value because they both hit 5 targets. The value in using Amani should be as a second archer march and mostly as a counter to Guan Yu. And in Garrison, of course, as we have seen before. Personally, she's my second archer march. I use Ramses with YSG and Amani with Artemisia, in case you were wondering, and my Artemisia is 5515. Now guys, the shock. Amani and Artemisia against Zhang Yu and William. Not only Zhang Yu and William lose by a lot, but also they get beaten up on the wounded unit's standpoint. This was definitely not happening before the bug was fixed. After this confirmation, I am really happy to have invested my sculptures on Amanitore. Guan Yu and Alex, well, no chance for the poor Alex. Again, Amani is the perfect counter to Guan, considering her immunity to silence. Final considerations. If you want to use Amani on the open field, and at this point it's pretty clear that you should absolutely do that, I suggest to try your luck with a few skill resets as I did and leave your Artemisia at 5515 for the reason that I have explained in the first testing video. If you want to garrison with this combo, of course Artemisia should be maxed out without even thinking about it. Tomorrow another testing round will take place in OV, where we will be using our best equipments for every rally. As I said, test results will not be shown in another video, but probably just posted on my Discord. The link to join is down below. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed my content, it's 100% free, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!